Welcome to Live Edge, episode number next. I don't know if it's working. I'm Matt.
I'm Amy.
Welcome to the show. Let's find out if this works
The
or not.
delayed show.
The delayed show. I had to go in and we'll see if it works. I don't even know if we're live. So
I don't
we'll
either.
give it a few minutes and see, and if not, I'll do something different.
Let's
trying
see.
to, we're streaming here to 2 people, so we'll see. I don't know. Is that the right one?
I don't...
Or is it the wrong one?
Oh, you're on the original now.
We're on the original. We got it fixed.
Okay, let me tell the others.
Sorry. So, I don't know what happened. I pushed Clog Live and it said unable to start the stream, so I just went in and grabbed the URL for the stream and plugged it into the software, and now we're live. So they work.
Okay, so that's what happened. It went back to the original.
Go back to the original. So everybody that was on the original and come to the other one that's not original, then
I'm telling them. Everybody's like, for me to take the buttons away from you, handcuff you away from the button.
I promise. Did not push any button.
James Balcom says technology is wonderful when it works.
When it works.
Yep.
We'll let everybody get joined in there.
Yeah. The crippled
Can you
stud.
see
It's
the other one?
never Matt's fault.
Never my fault. I'm glad you're on my side and you see it my way.
I don't know
That's
about
cool. I appreciate that.
All right. Hello, everyone.
Welcome to Live Edge, episode number next.
And we're not going to be here next week, so let's go ahead and say that.
So we will not have a stream next week. We'll be traveling, so we'll be out of state. So we will not have a members only stream or this Live Edge stream.
We're going to be spending our Christmas time with our family, our kids.
Mm-hmm.
2 of them anyway.
Yeah,
One of them left.
anyway.
No, we'll get to see her too, Lord willing.
All right, Sawdust Spotlight tonight goes out to Dylan Fawcett. He made this, and this is he got a new laser engraver, and he's excited. And he made this.
Check that out.
He said, "Who else to experiment the laser engraver on? And what are your favorites you've done?" Check that out. That's pretty cool. He did
I love
a really
that he
good
put
job.
the video on there.
Yeah, it's a nice little video
of doing that. It's so cool.
Those laser engravers have me very intrigued for sure because I like the things that they can do. And we have some stuff here that was made by laser engravers because if you don't know, we're accepting until New Year's.
Well, you can still send them, and we'll put them for next year.
But we're taking your ornaments that you make or create, and we're putting them on our 731 family tree. And right here at this address, 731 Woodworks, P.O. Box 731, Monticello, Arkansas 71657. And so far, we have gotten a very, very, very nice
This is
response.
like been Christmas every day for me.
She
every time
loves
we
it.
get an
She
ornament,
absolutely loves it.
I love
move
it.
this stuff.
Yeah.
And then we'll put them there one at a time. I'm going to change the camera. I can now connect my phone to the camera.
we're gonna
'cause I
try
can
this.
push another button. So that's a little fun.
Okay.
Are you ready? Mm-hmm. Let me. Oh, I forgot how.
Oh my goodness, he's pushing buttons again.
All right, here we go. This is from Yellowhammer Woodworks. Thank you very much. He turned this on his brand new lathe. Check that out.
It's so
He's got
cool.
his logo on the bottom. And then, of course, we can hang it up on the top. But that is really, really, really cool, man.
Put it over here so nothing happens to it.
Now, Mighty Sawdust coming through with his ornament. And he has taken his stickers and put on there. And this is what we asked for. We asked that if you don't have a way to make an ornament, just put one of your stickers on a piece of wood or anything, really. And then we will hang it on the tree. Thank you, Mighty.
Did Lisa put the name of her woodworking business?
I don't think so.
Okay, this is Lisa and Max.
This is from Lisa, who made combined 2 of her favorite things, or 3: wood, which this is made of, basketball, and her dog Max. That is super cool.
So I hope Lisa doesn't get offended because I got to have the dog show, and I love the dog.
Her woodworking business was on the package.
I thought the basketball was so cool, and then Matt flipped it over, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's a dog.
H2 from H2 Wood Shop. He's one of our channel members. He also, if you don't know, makes our build plans for us, and he did this on his laser, so that's pretty cool too. I like that.
Do you know who sent this one?
No, it was in the letter.
Oh, with Miss Lisa?
I don't think so.
Or, see, this is what happens when I leave him in charge.
Next.
I was cooking, so he had to be the one to do this.
This is from Crafted Elements. I worked with them on the epoxy resin board project. They sent me a mold for that, and this is from them. And they are a Canadian company, if you don't know. So they sent us a maple leaf. He also sent me some maple syrup, which is awesome.
Check those out, though. All of these things are so cool.
Make epic things. I like that very much. That's very cool.
Oh, this one came with... Oh, this one.
All right.
Oh, and Mia's over there.
One of our channel members, Scruffy Santa, sent us this. This is... I can't remember the name of the wood. What was the wood? What was the wood? Tell me.
Mango and walnut.
Mango and walnut.
Mo, if you're on here, come and get me a
embedded walnut there. So that is really, really cool. And then, of course, his stickers on the back. Scruffy Santa Sawdust Sweatshop. I like that. And he also sent me some stickers of autism awareness from a local police department.
Which is super cool.
Super cool.
Yep, super cool. All right.
Got 3 more, I think. Mm-hmm. This is from Cox Custom Woodworks, veteran owned. He's got this chicken on there. It's an established 2019. That is very, very, very nice. It looks the same on both sides. This is also done with a laser. That's really nice.
Yep. I can't wait to put all these on there.
This is Cross Country Sawmill from Minnesota. And happy holidays, it says on this side, and on the other side it's blank. This is made out of wood. This is really nice. This is also engraved in there.
Yep. So cool. And look at that perfect heart.
I know.
Just perfect.
And then this is from Created Workshop. He's one of our Discord mods. He sent this to us.
Just scratching.
He got his logo on there. These are laser engraved, like little cookies, wood cookies.
He put one for our logo.
One's got our logo. One has the nativity scene.
Look how cool that is.
Yeah, it's very cool. And then this one just says the Outlaw Family. So those are all very, very cool.
All
Every
of
single
them.
one of them. Thank
Absolutely
you so much.
Every ornament that has been sent to us has been so unique and special.
And then the notes and the letters you're sending.
Oh my gosh.
Bring tears to your eyes. I just
love it.
Thank you so much.
Love it so much. Thank you.
I can't see any comments, so I'm not. For some reason, I can't pop them up on the screen because of the glitch we had earlier. So, if you have a question or anything, we'll talk about that as we go.
Mill Pond, I told him, I said, I don't mind getting a bigger tree and just getting a tall one, and then if we have to start getting one bigger around, absolutely.
We'll make it work. So if you want to send a Christmas ornament, we would absolutely love that. You don't have to.
Math.
We would love it. 731 Woodworks, P.O. Box 731, Monticello, Arkansas, 716.
You know what's so funny? So the first comment on tonight's original link, the one we're on now, Mike Penny says, I'm going to finally get to catch one live.
And then it glitched.
And then,
I hope Mike's still here.
So, Mike, if you're still here with us, I'm so glad that you're on here with us.
Yeah, I'm sorry for the glitch. I don't know what happened. I tried it twice. I actually set up a new stream and started it, and it just didn't work.
Robert Romberger said that this is his first live also.
Welcome, Robert.
Oh, and so did NC Southern Yankee.
Nice.
Look at all of that. All the newbies, and we screwed up.
Yep. It glitched. It wasn't my fault.
He was pushing buttons.
I didn't push it.
No, he wasn't.
I pushed go live button, so I did push a button.
Bless it.
All right, so tonight we're going to talk about the top 3 lessons on how to grow a woodworking business. I know a lot of us are just doing it, or a lot of you are doing it on the side just to grow a hobby into a business. Some people have reached out to me talking about they want to grow into a full business, a full woodworking business. So I've got 3 lessons that we're going to talk about just to kind of hope to help you, encourage you to chase your dream and to keep going after it, because the only way to get there is to get after it. So, number 1, start before you're ready, right? And there's a lot of people who are going to tell you, or you're going to tell yourself that when I get this tool, I'll start. Or when I get this shop, I'll start, right? Or if I can find this type lumber, then I'll build this project, or then I'll start woodworking. I know it's scary. It's nerve-wracking when you first start, and you're like, I don't know. Just do it. Just start. Because once you start that ball rolling, things start happening. But if you don't start, then it just ain't happening. Right?
Yeah, I was just reading. Okay. It says on here, Michael Mason with Lotomized Woodshop has been a member of our 1x6 Supporter Club for 24 months.
2 years, brother.
2 years.
Hey,
he awesome. Says, Merry Christmas the 5th month. Early, since we won't be here next week. We won't be here.
Also, just know that good enough, I got some notes here, good enough is good enough to start now. So maybe you don't have the skills. I didn't have any skills per se when I started. I just started, and I made do with what I had. The first several projects I made, they looked really bad. If I start looking back on them, I can see every mistake.
They did not look bad.
Like if I built
To
it
you.
now, I think it would be much different. I think I
Yeah.
could do it better than I did then. But that's the progress with anything. You look at
Mm-hmm.
the videos we put out starting out, or converse to now. Hopefully, in 5 or 6 years, if we're still doing this, Lord willing, that the videos will be even that much better. Like you will continually improve as you go. That's why you can't wait until you're ready to start, because if you wait till you're ready, you're never going to
be ready.
It doesn't matter. That's with anything in life.
Well, that's true because, okay, last year was my very first year to use a new curriculum in my classroom, and it's one of the most advanced literacy curriculums that we could find when our school bought it. And all of last year, I felt like I was a step behind, but I kind of fumbled my way through it. And this year, I feel so good with that curriculum. And it's because when you go ahead and start something new, it's not always going to come easy to you. I was an experienced teacher and I understood everything in it, but it was something that was new. So it kind of throws you out of your comfort zone.
Yeah, that's exactly what it's going to do. It's going to put you out of the comfort zone anytime you do anything new.
And I think it's that way, especially all you guys who are, y'all are turning things or using hand tools to make something or high-tech machinery, or you're using something very, like when he started, old and basic to create something beautiful. All of those things may push you outside of your comfort zone, but it's worth it in the end, even if you mess up. Even if you mess up.
You're going to learn, and then you're just going to continue on, continue to get better, continue to get better. When you start, you will grow into the business. And especially when you start selling stuff or just building stuff to give away, you'll grow into that, because as you get better, your projects will get better. You'll be able to charge a little more if you're selling things. And then also be mindful not to worry about what other people say. You may have people in your life that throw negativity at you. And most all of us do in some form or fashion. Maybe it's on social media, maybe it's in person. There seems to always be that negative person or people who want to put you down or to drag you down with them. Don't let them, because it doesn't matter really what they think. If they're such a negative person that they're constantly dogging on you about your projects or whatever you're doing, you're trying to create, then you don't need that. You don't need them to bring you down. You know what you're doing, or even if you don't know what you're doing, you progress in that. If you have a passion for it, a dream for it, just go after it.
The Crippled Stud left a pretty cool comment. He says that could be an awesome video. Build your first piece and compare them.
Yeah,
you need to rebuild your very first project.
J-Bates plans.
Pointing out anything that you changed now.
Yeah, I got several pictures of the first one. I don't have any video of it, but I do.
He doesn't have video, but you have pictures.
Yeah.
You could do that. You could do that. And I have a spot we could put it on the deck. Yeah.
She just wants a new chair.
No, I mean, I don't need a new chair out there. I just know somewhere we could put it if you want it to.
Yeah, that'd be a good project.
That would be super cool. That's a Crippled Stud. You're right. That would be a really neat video.
Yep, he would.
Rebuild your first project.
But that's how I learned too, though, is I went to YouTube and found Jay Bates, the outdoor chair bundle, outdoor chair and table he's got, free plans. I went and downloaded those plans and went and bought the wood and built it. And it's just like you now. If you don't know how to build something, there's so many resources out there now, YouTube, and just watch and learn, read a book, whatever it takes. And from there, you can just start learning. You got to stop giving yourself excuses on why you're not starting. If you haven't started, or if you haven't pushed yourself into that, growing the business or whatever.
NC Southern Yankee says, I'm recording the snowman box I'm building for my wife.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
That's fantastic. I'd waited my whole life to be a teacher, and I always found a reason to not go back to school and finish. I was always really close to finishing, but there was always something I could tell myself, okay, you can't go back now because your kids are too little. All right, well, you can't go back now because even though they're in school, you're too busy. You can't go back now because you can't figure out how to balance work, school, family, all of that. Well, you can't go back now because you just can't afford it, because balance and all that's not work. If you look for a reason to inhibit yourself, you're always going to find it
every time.
You will find a reason to stop yourself every single time if it's not worth it to you to chase it.
Yep, that's right.
And you may not even know how much it means to you until you catch it.
Yeah.
But why wait? Why not do that? I wish I had done it sooner. Of course, I'm also a firm believer that, everything's in God's timing. But God also, don't wait for him to send you 3 boats. You know what I mean?
That's an old joke.
I know. Well, yeah. Don't keep looking for things. Maybe the opportunity is trying to appear before you and you're just turning away from it. You're your own worst enemy. We are our own worst enemy. Every single time.
All of us are.
Yeah.
Number 2, we'll move on to number 2. Number 2 is commit to the process, because
which is hard.
It's going to be hard. That's the bullet point. It will be hard.
It will be hard. I haven't even read that. That's the first thing I said.
Some days. There was days, there are days that I just don't want to. I don't want to go make a video. I don't want to build something. I just don't want to. I want to lay on the couch and eat Cheetos. That's really what I want to do. Like, there's
like
days.
Dance Moms.
Yeah, that's days that that's all I want to do. I'm lazy. I don't want. That's human nature. I didn't want to get out of bed this morning and go work out, because that's hard. It's easy to stay in the bed, and you're going to go through highs and lows of motivation, and those will come and go like the wind. Like, you'll be super motivated for a week or two, and then all of a sudden you're just not. Like, you can't find motivation. You don't want to do it. But that's where discipline kicks in, because you have to commit to fight for your dreams. And if the dream means enough to you, you will fight for it. I guarantee you there were days when she didn't want to go to night classes to get her degree. She didn't want to leave her family or to basically quit work. We had to figure out a way to make it financially for her to quit work and then go back to college full time. Like, that's a huge thing that she had to basically just decide to do, or we decided to do it together. But it's one of those things that's very, very hard to do. You got to commit to it.
Hard Work Woodwork says, when God closes one door, he always opens another one. It's up to you to walk through it.
That's right.
It's exactly right.
Yeah. It's like opportunities knocking and you're going to answer the doors.
Yeah.
And, I still have lots of dreams and things that I want to do and accomplish. And there's days that I don't feel like it's ever going to happen.
Dwayne Harris, I agree with you. Cheese puffs are better.
I love cheese puffs. I love cheese puffs. But when you look back, you look back and say, what did I accomplish over the last 5 years? If you're chasing a dream, if you're building a business, that's kind of what we're fixing to jump into on number 3, is stay consistent, because consistency will build success. If you consistently go after your dream, you're consistently working on your business, and that does mean you're going to have to put in some work. That does mean you're going to have to work some hours for it. I'm not saying just to work yourself to death. I'm not saying that to overwork yourself, but it takes a lot of sacrifice and work to build something very big. And also, you have to commit to actually taking the time to learn, read books, and try to learn about business and things like that.
Well, so on number 2, I just looked over, and one of the things that you have written that I didn't hear you say was to read books, watch videos.
Number 3.
Oh, okay. So, but thinking about that, staying consistent, committing to the process. When I was preparing to be a school teacher, I always wanted to be a math teacher. That's what, I was really good at. I excelled at it. I was good in all my subjects in school. I was a hard, student worker. But math is where I was. That's what I wanted to do. There wasn't a math position open when I got ready to start. It was English. And those of you out there who love math, you know that math and English are not the two subjects that go together. If you are math-minded, you're usually not the English-minded person. And I'll be honest, I did not have a good English teacher when I was in high school. I mean, I had one who was not my regular English teacher, a creative writing teacher who I loved, but I felt like I didn't learn anything. And so I took the English test, the praxis exam to teach that, and I passed it and I got licensed. And then it was time for school to start, and I had no idea how to teach it. So what did I do? I read books. Yep. I watched videos. I committed to the process, and I knew how to diagram sentences. I knew every part of speech. I knew things that I didn't even know existed before school started. And I had maybe 3 or 4 weeks to get prepared for it.
Yeah, she was cramming.
I had to commit to that process because I knew I was fixing to have 100 and something students walk in and look at me, and I had a boss dependent on me, and it was something that was so outside of my comfort zone. And now I don't want to teach math at all. love literacy. I love it. I fell in love with it. You guys are falling in love with your woodworking because it means something to you when you get in there. You've committed yourself to the process, and you've realized that process that you committed yourself to is something that you love. All you did was commit yourself to your own desires, your own things that you love, your passion. You commit to your passion when you do that. And I drive him crazy, I know, sometimes, because I'll correct his grammar. And I always pick with my students. I'm like, yeah, we speak proper English up in here. You know, that's my joke in there, because I know how to teach it. I don't sound like I speak proper English or anything, but I know how to teach it, and I know how to teach it well. But I committed to the process. The first one was start before you're ready. Started way before I was ready when it came to that. You just got to do it. And then I had to stay consistent. And now 8 years later, I love it. I'm fixing to leave it, but I love it. You know, leaving it for a different reason. And it's going to be hard. I'll be crying.
On the consistency thing, like when she was getting ready to do that, or just trying to learn anything new, I'm constantly trying to improve videos or
He's
improve
always
tools.
doing that.
Like it's stop filling your free time. Is what I wrote down here. Stop filling your free time with constant scrolling on social media. You get on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, any of those things, and the next thing you know, you spent 30 minutes on there, 45 minutes, an hour. It's built for that. Those things are built to suck your time away.
Rabbit hole.
Or a couple, 3-4 hours of TV at night, or watching your 4 hours of sports on the Sunday, or 8 hours or whatever. Like if you take that time, we only get this much time, y'all. That's it. So if you take that time and devote it to something you're more passionate about than just that stuff. I'm not saying you don't ever do that, because I do. I watch football. I like to, veg out and watch TV and all that stuff. But you have to kind of prioritize your time, especially when you first start growing a business, to help it grow. Because it said, I heard today, 2 years or 3 years. It says most small businesses are not profitable for the first 2 years. It takes time. It takes planning. Because those first couple of years, you're trying to buy the stuff you need. You're trying to acquire everything that goes into a business to make it start growing. Now, woodworking is a little bit different, I think, because you can literally just take a few tools and start making a profit. And then take those profits and start buying more tools, which is what we did. Which
means you may not end up with a net profit in the end for the first
you're
little bit.
Assets.
But yeah, you're gaining other things. You're reinvesting in yourself. Jeff says, I fell in love with custom wood sign making, specialty positive relief 2D and 2.5D signs.
Awesome.
So that's the thing. You just never know.
Yeah.
Rich says, better than my high school math teacher who stated, I can't answer your question since it's my first year teaching. Come back in a few years. Wait.
Funny.
So, what's funny about that, Rich, is I tell people all the time, I feel like anytime I teach a new curriculum or my first year of teaching, all that stuff, I'm like, I feel like I did my first group of kids such a disservice because I was so new at it. And I cannot tell you how many of those students have come back to me and said, I learned more in your class than any of my other English teachers. And they've graduated. And I'm like, I'll ask them, I'm like, how it was my first year or even my second year. They're like, you were so passionate about it. You loved it.
Which made them love it.
Which made them love it, and it made them pay attention. And last year when I taught that new curriculum, it was really tough because it is such a rigorous curriculum. But I can feel this year how much more passionate I am about it because I know all the stories. Like I've gone through them and I've taught them. And I mean, I can get to talking about I'll come home telling him about the story that we're doing in class. And I love it. And when you make that custom piece, your passion is going to come out in that. And your end customer is going to see that and love it and come back in years and tell you, I love that. And that, what if it's your first project you've done?
The first dining table I built the lady, we saw them in Walmart the other day, and they still have the stuff. Like they're still using it. Like I said in one of my videos, on my build videos, like when you build stuff like that, you're building memories for people because they're going to sit around that table. They're going to use these items for years and years to come. Like
Lord willing,
they're going to be there. And when you're growing a business, you have to understand that it's probably not going to happen in the first year. How many overnight successes are there actually? Like if you go back and look at any business, they start small And gradually over time, they grow and grow and grow. Same thing with a YouTube channel. You go back and it takes 4, 5, 6 years before the thing actually starts taking off. But what you'll notice on those channels, including this one, many other ones, is its consistency over a period of 5 or 6 years. Now, 5 or 6 years is a long time. If I'm sitting here now and I'm thinking 5 years from now, that is a long time. And it's like eating an elephant. You just got to do it one bite at a time. And you know that you got to commit to that process, because growing a business isn't going to happen overnight. It's probably not going to happen in 2 years, 3 years. But if you get you a 5-year plan and start working toward that, just set it out. And it's like, let's go.
Tony, you're right. Tony Lee says teaching is a learning process. Absolutely.
Yeah,
I tell my students every single year and constantly throughout the year that we're learning together.
Yeah.
Last year, I prefaced that new curriculum with my students. I said, okay, look, this is our new curriculum this year. Every grade, from this grade up is using this exact same curriculum. It's new for everybody. We're going to do it together. We're a team. It's not me teaching you something new. It's us learning something new together. And I think that helped.
Yeah.
It did.
You earned a little bit of respect there, because you're like, it's kind of like when when you're building something. I had several customers who were like, well, I've never done it before, but I'll sure give it a shot.
Yeah, try something new. And if it doesn't work out, then it doesn't work out. But you've learned something in the end. You've learned how not to do it, maybe.
I learned when you take a customer's sink to put in a vanity, not to put it where a sander can fall and break it. I learned that.
That was a
That was a
tough
costly
lesson.
mistake.
Moonwolf 71, the 731 Woodworking, 731 is July 31st, our anniversary.
Yep.
So that's how we came up with that. Yeah, it was super complex there.
It's a common question, though.
It is a common question, but it's sometimes I look at all of you guys at the name of your businesses, and they're so creative. Like, I don't know, I love them. Love all these creative names, and I'm like, ours is 731 Woodworking.
Rude.
But it's okay. It's okay.
Ours has meaning.
It has
Distinct
meaning. Theirs has meaning too. Theirs has meaning too. But it's
I didn't say it
okay
didn't. I was just saying ours.
because soon we will be telling y'all about something else that is a little bit different than 731 Woodworking. So there you go. There's a little snippet.
Yep.
End of the year snippet.
It's coming soon.
Lord willing. Just thought I'd throw that in there. Oh, hey.
What's up?
Speaking of 731, you know what time it is?
Power tip time.
Power tip time. Is that why you were looking all weird? You were like,
I wasn't trying to look weird. I
Tapping
tapped
me
you.
on
It's
the
like,
table.
hey, it's time for you to say your part. I done it on her leg, on the table. I'm like, hey, psst. But no, you use that. And
I had to call you out
can't be
because
subtle.
he's like the king of subtlety. Do you have
Power
a power
tip.
tip?
Yeah, I got a power tip. It says power tip right there. Power tip. Start with the end in mind.
Yes.
Right? Because if you don't have a plan, if you don't have a goal, then you're not doing anything. Where are you shooting for? What are you going to do? Why do you want to start a woodworking business? What is your mission for that? Once you get that down, you can start working toward that mission. So if you want to be a full-time woodworker or own your own business, doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be woodworking. It could be anything. It could be content creation, whatever. You want to do that in 5 years from now, start working toward that today. Start working towards that with that end in mind. And of course, once you get to the end, you're going to start moving your goalposts, because dreams change and they grow. In other words, like this, I wanted to be full-time doing this. Now that I am full-time doing this, then I have other dreams and goals that have come along that while I still want to do this full-time, I have other things I want to accomplish now because I have accomplished this. And so just keep doing that. Whether you write those goals down, I highly encourage you to write them on something, a piece of paper, anything. Physically write them down. I say this all the time. And pin them in your shop or on your desk or somewhere you're going to see it constantly. It's a constant reminder, and it's a motivator to actually work toward that.
And it's not there to remind you that you're failing if you're not there yet. It's there to remind you that the end goal is in mind, and that's something you're reaching toward, moving toward.
And as you work toward that goal, leave some space under there. Start goal, and then start writing in there the wins. Like when you win. Like when got my first commission build today. I sold 5 cutting boards today, or I sold my biggest order today. Whatever that is, I got a new table saw. Whatever that is that works towards that goal, write those down. That way you can look at it and say, okay, I have accomplished something this year.
So Damon says, I thought about 713 Woodworks because 713 is an area code in Houston, but then I was like, nah, that's too stalkerish. That's hilarious. Only Damon would say that. Moonwolf71 wants to know, do you ever use hand tools?
I have some chisels that I'll use every once in a while, and I've got a flush cut trim saw that I'll use, but that's about it.
Mill Pond Woodcraft says his business is named after the road he lives on. That's a cool name.
I like the name.
I do too.
If you have any questions, I'll be happy to try to answer them before we jump off.
Like Yellowhammer. I like that.
I like Yellowhammer too.
I like that name.
Yeah, I do too. My battery's low, it says.
Oh my goodness. I love that kind of stuff. Look, Crow County Sawmill. It just moved on me. The Crippled Stud. All those things. There's, y'all have got...
They're very good.
Such cool names. And I had questions on here, but it moved.
If you can never ask them.
The Crippled Stud says, Matt and Amy, is there a preference between an LLC versus being incorporated? Should you start early with getting a registered company and having insurance? There's a whole lot of question in there.
We're not lawyers. We're not tax
accountants.
Advice, so take this with a grain of salt.
Yes. But if it was us...
Yeah.
If we could do it over again.
Yeah, I would go with an LLC early on. Just
and get an accountant.
And get a separate bank account for all of that. Anything that you do with your business, so get a separate bank account. Hire an accountant. Yeah, it costs a little bit, but it'll save you in the long run because they know all the taxes and stuff. They help save you a lot of stuff that you don't know about. And that if you go to TurboTax or whatever and just put your stuff in there, it just doesn't do it. So not efficiently like an accountant does.
We put it off getting an accountant because we thought we couldn't afford it, and it ended up costing us
a lot.
We would have paid so much less if we had gotten that accountant.
So, that's what I would do. That's what we did. We went with
and
the LLC.
Our accountant advised us on the LLC versus stuff. So, that is something you would have to talk to somebody
and your
about.
Local laws and things may change, be a little different.
Yeah, so that's definitely but
most states,
I promise you it would do you better. And don't do an online 1-800 something.
Don't say no names.
I didn't say a name. Don't say, don't go to some mass producer.
Yeah, get you a personal.
Get somebody that either somebody trust.
That's what we do. Referral.
That's what we do. We got a referral only because if you know it's someone reputable, then for me, I just felt safer.
You don't want a stranger screwing with your money.
Yes.
I mean, it's coming in, it's coming out, and when you start having to pay Uncle Sam, you want that stuff to be right because the last thing I want is to say, you owe us another.
We document everything.
I'm like,
everything and keep receipts. Yeah, we document and keep receipts on everything.
But that's what I advise.
Yeah. Our advice is to go to someone who
knows how to do it.
Knows how to do that.
But most states you can get an LLC for like less than $100. Some are a little more, some are a little less. You can do it all online through your Secretary of State's website. Most of it you can file for that, and then once you have that, then your account.
Rich says never use a chain accountant. That's what I'm trying to say there. The Crippled Stud says, I want to show others that you are not defined by your limitations. It's only a small part of who you are. He's talking about his name.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah. It's super cool. Yep. Let's see. Oh, they're talking to each other about the Crippled Stud. Uh-oh. Hold on. Sorry. I'm going back up here.
Usually I have the comments here on the screen, but because the stream messed up tonight, they didn't come back through, so I don't know where they're at. So she's having to field all the comments.
So NC Southern Yankee says, I've basically bought all new tools for my shop.
It's awesome.
But now I need to buy the building for my shop. Talk about carriage before the horse. Yeah.
I feel you, man. I feel you. I got my phone pulled up the stream there. That'll work.
Oh, Devin Reynolds says, my business is named after the fire department because my dad's a firefighter paramedic.
That's awesome.
That's cool.
That's really cool.
John, 1135 Woodworking says, if you think about my name, Jesus wept the verse in the Bible.
Oh, I like that.
Uh-huh. Anyway, I'm trying to get... Damon, what are you doing a tangent alert on?
We stay on tangents around here.
Devin Reynolds says, I'm a woodworking son in a wheelchair.
We have several people who are on
We
the stream
talked about that, I think, last week.
Who are in wheelchairs that do woodworking.
Yeah. So Moonwolf
I have not tried. I have a hand plane, but I've never like planed a whole tabletop or anything like that. Typically, it's like just a small piece that I'll take off with it or something. But and just basically just playing around. I've never done that. I haven't never hand cut dovetails or anything like that.
Yep.
It's almost a little laggy, huh?
Yeah, something's up with it. Mine is. I think Mad Dog is subbing to somebody in here. That's so cool.
I thought I got rid of that Nightbot thing.
Is it still on there?
Yeah, Damon's messing with it.
That's why he put the things on there. He's messing with the bot. I thought you need to get rid of that thing. Okay, Damon.
I got to figure out how to turn it all the way off. It's supposed to let me do some cool stuff with the stream, and I was playing with it, and I just never turned it back off. So.
Oh my gosh. Devin says he's also crippled and woodworks.
See there? There's a lot of folks that can do this stuff and have forms of disabilities that don't let it stop them. And I think it's awesome.
Yep. Well, I think we got our stuff on there, and thankfully we
were able to stream.
So we had internet long enough.
That's awesome. It's a little laggy.
Do you have an Amazon code that they can use to support you when you order from?
I don't. I don't have a code to use, but all you have to do is go to one of the videos and click one of the Amazon links, and then it automatically ties you to anything that you buy after that. So
I actually do that with a girl.
Me.
No, a girl I follow. Well, we're not supposed to do that.
It's against the rules for us to do
that. But I follow a girl on Facebook who does clothing and stuff, and sometimes I struggle trying to get that link. But if you click on the video, you can click copy link and then go to an internet page if you prefer to do it that way. For me, it's easier because, I'm hashtagging.
Well, I do that a lot too.
If you're not internet savvy like me.
A couple of smaller YouTubers that have Amazon affiliates, and I will actually, before I order something, I'll go and click on their page, and it takes me to Amazon, and then I'll fill my card up.
I'm not very internet savvy when it comes to that kind of stuff. I can do a lot of other stuff, just not that. So that's what I have to do. Click the little thing, copy link, like you're going to share it to somebody, and then I just go to an internet tab.
Or you can go to 731woodworks.com/tool-deals. On the tool deals page, a lot of those are Amazon tool deals. Same thing. You just click the link and it takes you right
The Scottish Line says, what's up, guys? Just bought a new house that has, and I think it says 10,000 square foot garage.
Wow. It's awesome. That's huge. That's huge.
That bot thing is trying to delete a comment that has outlaws in it. You need to get rid of that thing.
Let's see.
Emery Hirsch says, I've got a 2-car garage that I'm adapting to be my wood shop, mechanic shop. I'm currently working a factory job and hoping to get a mechanic's job and do some woodworking on the side. God bless.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
That's what we did. Or she let me have it.
And our garage, even though it's a 2-car garage, it's very small.
It's not big enough to pull a vehicle
Truck.
in. You could pull a car in there and shut the garage door, but you have like this much room behind the garage door, like legit. You could barely, it's about this much room because you could barely walk around it. But I couldn't pull my truck in there and close it. So it's kind of a short one.
Villanova Woodworks. Have you guys thought about doing Amazon affiliates while going live on multiple platforms? And I don't know if I said your name right.
I did that on Prime Day in October. I did it for
Villanova?
No, I did it for Prime Day in October. Did I do it? I think I did it for Prime Day in July too. So I do it occasionally, but I don't do it a lot on this channel. I actually thought about starting an Amazon live stream because you can stream live on there, but I haven't decided yet.
Wait, that not but said at Jason Garrett, too easy. Stop spamming emotes. Warning. Is that for real?
Yeah, the Nightbot thing. I got to turn that off.
Because they're putting emojis in there on purpose. Look at Jason's comment. That's hilarious.
Yeah, I'll turn it off, I guess, before next week.
Look, and now Damon's doing it, and it done it at Naaman. It said, "Stop spamming him."
The Nightbot. So the way that
they're all
is,
doing
I
it
should
now.
be able to type a little command like, hashtag and then a word, and then it automatically does things for the stream. And I haven't never sat down and messed with it too much. So.
Look, so they're spamming it with, y'all just
Emojis.
spam it. Yeah, just spam it. It'll be fine. Oh, look, it just warned the Pharaoh. James says, Matt, anyway, do you know how to get all wood stain off of garage concretes? Ooh.
No. Check in. I would have to research that, but so I'm thinking muriatic acid will do it because you can clean concrete with muriatic acid. But man, it's going to be soaked down in there so far.
We have all kinds porous on ours.
Oh. Put some flooring over the top of it. Those horse stall mats work awesome. That's what I got on top of it. But no, it's going to be difficult. I'm sure you can, but I think it's going to be very hard.
The Nightbot said at Mike Cabe, you're starting to bug me. Stop.
All right, before we drive the Nightbot crazy.
I love it. Anyway, we will not get to see you guys next week.
Yeah,
so
we'll be after Christmas when we come back for the stream. But if you do want to send Christmas ornaments to be on the family tree behind us,
we'll still show them.
All you have to do is mail them to this address right here, 731 Woodworks, P.O. Box 731, Monticello, Arkansas 71657. Yep. We will pick those up before we do the next stream, which will be 2 weeks from tonight. So you can come back 2 weeks from tonight. We'd love to see you again.
So have a very Merry Christmas with your family. Enjoy the time together. Get out there and make some glittery sawdust.
Yeah, have a good night.
Good night.